Alrighty, guys, welcome back to National Pastime Next Generation Plus. This is game number 4 of our tournament, and man, what a tournament it has been so far. I'm going to give you some spoilers here, so if you guys are not aware of what's going on so far, just spoiler alert coming. You might want to fast forward this or turn off the volume for a few minutes as we talk about the games that have come so far. So again, spoiler alert if you have not seen them. Hey Robbie, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. So here we go with our spoiler here. If you've not seen it, here is the current breakdown of our tournament. So we've had the mild upset so far of the tournament. And of the 3 games we played, Seattle beat the Texas Rangers. The Yankees hold on for dear life against the New York Mets, and the Miami Marlins, with the minor upset of the Los Angeles Angels. Mike Trout and company head home as they lose in the first round to the Miami Marlins. All 3 games have gone into the 9th inning tied up. So you should definitely check out the previous episodes if you've not. So tonight's game is going to actually be the Chicago Cubs versus the Cincinnati Reds. This is the 7-seed Cubs. They're going to be hosting the 26-seed Cincinnati Reds. And a lot of you might be tuning out at this point thinking the Reds have no shot at this. Well, let me take you back in the time machine, my friends. Let me take you back in the time machine to our MLB 2015 1-and-done tournament. And that is the results. We actually had the 25th seed win in the first round. We had the 24th seed win in the first round. We had the 29th seed win in the first round. We had the 28th seed win in the first round. We had the 18th seed. We had the 28th seed. I'm sorry, the 26th seed team. We also had the 22nd seed. So we had a lot of upsets in our 2015 1-and-done tournament. And in fact, you will see the 29th seed Cincinnati Reds defeated the 4th seed Kansas City Royals. They went on the road to face the 13th seed Minnesota Twins and defeated them. They went on the road to face off against the San Francisco Giants, the 12th seed, and defeated them. And they went on the road and faced the powerhouse St. Louis Cardinals, the number 1 seed, and beat them. And not only that, but in the finals, they went on and faced the Los Angeles Dodgers, the 6th seed, and went and beat them as well. So anything can happen in a 1-and-done tournament, as we've proven in the past. So again, tonight's episode is going to be the Chicago Cubs hosting the Cincinnati Reds. We're going to find out that the Reds still have the magic all the way from 2015. So let's get to it. Let's look at our starting lineups. So for Cincinnati, your starting lineups is Billy Hamilton in center field, Jose Peraza at second base, Joey Votto at first base, Adam Duvall at left field, Eduardo Suarez at third baseman, Scott Schweibler in right field, Zach Kozar at short, Tucker Barnhart is the catcher, and Scott Feldman is the pitcher. Scott Feldman pitching for Cincinnati. The Chicago Cubs, the number 7 seed, the home team, National League, so we're playing with National League rules. The batting first, Kyle Schwarber, the left fielder. Batting second, Chris Bryant, the third baseman. Batting third, Anthony Rizzo, the first baseman. Batting fourth, Ben Zobrist, the right fielder. Batting fifth, Addison Russell at short. Batting sixth, Jason Hayward in right. Batting seventh, Wilson Contreras, the catcher. Batting eighth, Javier Baez, the second baseman. And starting pitching and batting ninth for your Chicago Cubs, John Lester. John Lester. Phantomatic, you're in the wrong game, man. That was yesterday's game. Yankees-Mets was yesterday's game. But thanks for coming by. Retro Sports Network, thanks for coming by. Al took the 1978 Braves to the finals in his out-of-the-park one-and-done tournament. There you go. So you just never know in a one-and-done what's going to happen. So Billy Hamilton against John Lester. It's going to be lefty versus righty, and away we go. Let's see here. So on a strikeout, neither pitcher has a K1, so on a 13 it will be a strikeout. Okay, so Billy Hamilton, John Lester, and the tournament commences. Oh my gosh. Billy freaking Hamilton gets a hit. He actually is the MVP of the 2015 tournament. If you haven't watched that, go back on my channel and watch it. Billy Hamilton, MVP of the 2015 one-and-done tournament. He's got a hit. What kind of hit is it? It is a 12. That is an 8. That's going to be a single. So Billy Hamilton on with the leadoff single, and away we go. Again, we're using the steel system built into the game, so that way I don't have to manage that as well as players and everything else. I'm going to slide this stuff over just slightly, give me a little bit more room, and there, looks pretty good. All right, Jose Peraza, the second baseman for Cincinnati versus John Lester. 61 with the runner at first. 61. 61 is the 36th. 36 is a possible wild pitch here. Does John Lester have a wild pitch of 0? He does not. He has a wild pitch of 1. So it is a wild pitch, and Billy Hamilton makes it to second. And Jose Peraza is still up, still no one out. He's a 13. 13 is a 45 with the runner on second now. 45. And as a righty, and a Z result. No Z result there. So it's going to be a walk to Jose Peraza. And the Cincinnati Reds, runners at first and second, still no one out for Joey Votto. I forgot to change the title. Yep, I'll have to edit that afterwards. Thank you, Retro Sports. Appreciate that. Yep. Sorry, guys. I forgot to change the name of it from yesterday. I'll change it afterwards. No problem. Thank you, guys. All right, Joey Votto, first and second, no one out. John Lester, 26, and we have runners at first and second now. Boy, we're going to have to dig deep for these charts now. All right, and I don't like where my keyboard is, so hang on a second. I'm going to move my keyboard. All right. So runners at first and second for Joey Votto. He rolled a 26 as a 14, and is that going to be bases loaded? He's a lefty. He has a Z4, so that's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lucky for John Lester. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Joey Votto gets another swing at it. 31. That's going to be a 9. We're going to be testing Lester against the lefty. 44 or less will be the out. 44. He's at 36. He does get the out to Votto. Popped him up into right field. Runners will hold. F9 for Joey Votto. Had an opportunity there. Adam Duvall. Good show, Ron. Yeah, absolutely. That guy was really, really good. I don't know your connection with him, but you definitely had a nice connection. And I'm going to go back and watch that. I had to break for dinner for a little while. Came back and got in back at the end, but he seemed like a really intelligent, fantastic, well-spoken guy. So big 2 thumbs up. Go check out Retro Sports Network. Adam Duvall, 1 out, 2 on for Adam Duvall. That's a 46. That is a 13. Steve right 3. So John Lester trying to make his walk and wild pitch. Not hurt here in the top of the first inning. Eduardo Suarez, third baseman. 1-1, and that is going to be a 5. That is going to be a triple, and it's going to clear the bases. That one's into the corner. Suarez round second. Here comes a throw at third. Not in time. Suarez with a triple scores 2 runs, and the Cincinnati Reds take a 2-0 lead in the top of the first inning on a triple by Eduardo Suarez. That brings up Scott Schwarber here. The stunned crowd. Can Cincinnati continue? Runner third, 2 away for Scott Schwarber. So we have just a man on third now. Got to change my chart. Runner on third. That is a 63. That is a 32. It's going to be a fly out to right field, and that's going to do it. F9. But that is 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors. Cincinnati with the early 2-0 lead on John Lester. But the powerhouse Chicago Cubs, the number 7 seed, they're not a number 7 seed for nothing. They have a powerhouse lineup here with Schwarber, Bryant, Rizzo, Zobrist, Russell, Hayward, Contreras, Baez, and John Lester. Scott Feldman will be pitching, so let's see how he does against this lineup. Kyle Schwarber's up first. 52 and bases empty. 52 is a 27. 27 against the lefty. He's a K3, so that is not in range. So it's going to be a ground ball down to third. Picking that up is Suarez, and he throws across the diamond to Votto at first base. That is a 5-3 putout. 1 out. Chris Bryant. 55 is a 7, and that is going to be a single by Chris Bryant. Single into center field. Chris Bryant is aboard. That brings up Anthony Rizzo, runner at first. 56, and that's a 44. Hit by pitch of 0. Feldman does not have he has a dash there as opposed to a 0. So that will be a hit by pitch. So going to second on, going to second and hit by pitch is Rizzo. So that's 2 on now. Runners at first and second. Yes, I know how to pronounce Zobrist. Thank you. Ben Zobrist. Got it. Robbie, don't even start with me. I thought you were one of the good guys, but I'm going to have to take everything good I've said about you back. Ben Zobrist, Scott Feldman, 54. Runners at first and second. That is a 32. 32, we're going to look at the right fielder. That's Scott Schwarber. He's a range of 2. So it's going to be a fly out. If the runner on second is a good runner, he'll move to third. Chris Bryant is a normal runner. He will not go. And against right-handers, he's a K5. That's not in range. So it's not a strikeout. So it's a fly out to right and runners hold. F9. If you actually look at the Chicago lineup, normal, 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 normal. They have 1 good runner and Addison Russell, normal, poor runner. And then Baez and John Lester are good runners. So they don't have very many good advanced base running. So 2 on, 2 out for Addison Russell. 34. That is a 31. And that is the exact same thing we just rolled. Against a right-hander, it's not a strikeout. And that is going to be a fly ball to right field. That is 31 and the 31. And same results. And that is going down. That is 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and we go to the top of the second. 2-0 Cincinnati. Zach Kozar, John Lester, 26. That's a 14. That might be a walk. Let's just double check. Z3 or Z4 against right-handers. He does not have it. He has the control versus lefties, but not the control against righties. So that is a walk. So the leadoff man is aboard, Zach Kozar. Tucker Barnhart, 61 is a 36 with a runner at first, 36. Possible wild pitch. John Lester's a wild pitch of 1. It will be a wild pitch, 36. Wild pitch, runner moves to second. So, ooh, wild pitch. Runners at first and second here, and guess who's up? Oops, I need a placeholder. Let me get one of the pitchers we're not going to be using tonight and put him in upside down so I can remember that. So, runners at first and second, and pitcher coming up. We all know what's coming. We all know what's coming here. Not the hit and run. We know that. It will be the bunt attempt. Bunt, and we have runners at first, second, and first and second. There we go. Runners at first and second. And Scott Feldman bunt is a 5, so he is one of the better bunters. We just need to get the right card here now. Bunt of 5. There's the bunt 5. So bunt 5. Runners at first and second, trying to move these runners across. Scott Feldman lays it down, 24. 24 is a 12. 12 out at first, runners advance 1 base. So good sack there. And runners move to second and third with only 1 out. That brings up Billy Hamilton, started the game off with a single. Then the wild pitch got him to second, and he was driven in by the triple by Eduardo Suarez. So Hamilton trying to see if he can get a hit. John Lester, 65. We have now runners at second and third. Need that chart. Runners at second and third. 65 is a 35. 35 is a foul out. Unless he's got a W result. All right, so Lester does not have any W, and Feldman does not have any W, so we can just ignore those. So he fouls out. Hamilton is a right-hander, so he's going to foul out to first. So it's a pop-up to first base, not what Cincinnati asked for there, a P3 by Hamilton. And it brings up Jose Peraza. 2 on, 2 out now. Can Cincinnati keep this rolling here? They can get one big hit and get the big lead early. They might be able to hold on. We'll find out. 56. And that is a 32. And that is going to be a, let's see, he's a right-hander, K4. K4 is a strikeout. So strikes out Peraza, and that's going to do it. That is no runs, no hits, no errors, actually. We go to the 3rd inning here. Did I use payoff pitch for my 2015 tournament? No, I used inside pitch for my 2015 tournament. All right, so we're in the bottom of the second, 2-0 Cincinnati, the 26th team trying for the major upset here. Jason Hayward up. 15, that is a 10. Bases empty, 10 is a single. So Jason Hayward gets a single. Wilson Contreras, runner at first now. 65 is a 35. No W results, so we can ignore that. He's a pop fly to the right side, and that's going to pop fly to right field. Runner holds. That's a F9. Baez. 64 as a 13. Steve, right 3. Javier Baez down. And that brings up, we need a placeholder for the pitcher as well. Somebody we won't be using tonight, like Seth Frankoff. Won't be using him tonight. So Seth's card will be the placeholder for John Lester. So 1 on, 2 away. John Lester has to swing. 63, and that is a 13. Steve Reich 3. So Cincinnati through 2 innings, is successful in keeping the Chicago offense at bay. It is 2-0 going to the top of the third. Joey Votto back up. Joey Votto, 12. That's a 25, bases empty, 25. And he is a lefty, K8 against lefties. He's going to get the strikeout on Votto. So Joey Votto down on strikes. Adam Duvall, 51. That is a 9. Bases empty. We're going to be testing John Lester versus righties. 14 or less will get the out. That is not an out, so that'll be a single over short. So Adam Duvall with a single. Runner on first for Eduardo Suarez. Tripled his first time up. 36 is a 33. That is going to be a pop out to third unless he strikes him out. K4 is not in the range, so it's a pop up to third. So P5 and 2 away for Scott Schwarber. Man on first, 2 away, 23. That is a 12. 12 is going to be a double play. Not needed, but we'll just call that a 4-3 put out. Take the easy out at first, and that's going to do it for Cincinnati in the top of the third. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Leadoff hitter back up, Kyle Schwarber. Scott Feldman, 22 is a hit, so Schwarber gets a hit. What kind of hit is it? What kind of hit is it? Oh, it's a 65. That is a 7, single to right. So Schwarber with the leadoff single. That brings up Chris Bryant. 1 on, no one out. And that is a 13. That is a 14. And against the righty, he is a Z2. So that is a 2-2 count. Scott Feldman, 2-2 count on Chris Bryant. 63 is a 13. Gets him to swing on a bad pitch. And down goes Chris Bryant on the strikeout. Anthony Rizzo, 56 is a 44. Runner at first, 44. Hit by pitch of 0. No, he's not. So hit by pitch. Batter takes first. Runner moves to second. So another hit batsman. That is 1, 2. That's the second time Rizzo's been hit by a pitch. Second time Rizzo's been hit by a pitch. 2 times up, he's been plunked both times. Obviously, that's going to be the manager's decision to not let Rizzo hit in the tournament. We're going to try and win by just plunking Anthony Rizzo. Ben Zobrist, 55. We have runners at first and second. I need to get that chart out. That would help. Thank you. 55 is an 8. Uh-oh, that could be trouble. 8. All right. Against the right-hander, 21 or less. 21 or less, he'll get the out result. He gets the out result, so pops Zobrist up, and it's going to left field. All runners hold. F7, 2 away as Zobrist is out. Addison Russell, 35 and a 22. 22 is going to be checking the catcher. Catcher Tucker Barnhart, he's 11, range 3. So 11 is about as low as you can get. We need an 11, a 1-1 for the error, otherwise it'll be an out. It is an out, 2-3 put out, and that's going to do it as Barnhart jumps out in front of the plate, throws that down to first, and accurate throw by Barnhart gets the play and the out. That'll end the inning. That is 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and once again, 2 plunks of Rizzo. He can't hurt you when all he's doing is taking a fastball to the backside. All right, we're on the top of the fourth. Still 2-0 Cincinnati. Trying for this upset win. Zach Kozar, 34. And we got bases empty again. Whoop! There we go. Cards, don't be doing that now on me now. Zach Kozar, 34. That's a 31. Bases empty, 31. And that's a fly to center. F8. Kozar's down. Tucker Barnhart made that good play in the bottom of the third inning. 52 is a 27. And he is going to be batting from the right side, so that's a K4 result, and that is a strikeout. And that's going to bring up the pitcher spot. And I do need to get the, gosh, I had it up earlier, and I didn't get to do sports games. All right, let me add in our. All right, so 2017, I need the pitcher ratings and staminas for the National League. Thank you. All right, Cincinnati is got Feldman. Feldman is a 23 stamina. And John Lester for Chicago. John Lester is a 24 as well. Okay. Or, well, 23 and 20. All right, so now we know that. We can move on. Hey, Rob, exclamation point, what's going on, my friend? How you doing tonight? So 2 away, and I guess Feldman, he's faced 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He's got plenty of time, so we'll let him hit. Let him hit. 43 is a 29. And he bats left-handed. So bats left-handed against John Lester, so he's a K8 result, so that will be a strikeout. So another strikeout by Lester, and that's going to do it for the Reds in the fourth. Nothing, just no runs, no hits, no errors in that one. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Jason Hayward, Scott Feldman. 35 is a 22. Back to bases empty. 22. We're going to check the error range of the catcher again. Tucker Barnhart, 11 and only an 11. 1-1 Snake Eyes. Nope, not this time. That's going to be another 2-3 put out. Tucker Barnhart. And you know what? You know what? I think Contreras is going to try something here. He's a pretty good bunter, and he can also bunt for a hit. He's a 3 bunt for hit. So he's going to try and surprise things, go for a little off kilter here, and try and bunt his way on for a hit. All right, so bunt for a hit. That's a 24, and he lays down a 17. 24 is a 17. 17 is strike. He misses the bunt attempt, so it's 0-1. And he's going to try again. 61 is a 12. 12 is pitcher to first baseman, 1-3 put out. So tried to surprise everyone with a little bunt there. Didn't quite work. He is a pretty good bunter, though. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out for him. He's trying to get the offense going as Chicago has been stymied so far by Scott Feldman. That brings up Xavier Baez. 54 is a 32, and that's going to do it. And against the right-hander, he's a K5. Not good enough strikeout value. It's going to be a F9, though. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the fifth. Still 2-0 Cincinnati, and due up is going to be John Lester. So this might be his last inning here. He's going to be facing off against Billy Hamilton. Hamilton is 1 for 2 so far. 51. That's a 14, and he's going to try a walk unless Lester has a Z3 or Z4 versus a righty. No, not against righties, he doesn't. So Billy Hamilton in the 5th with the leadoff walk, and you get him on board. He is a good runner. Jose Peraza, 44 is a 7. Ooh, this could be trouble too. So against Lester, right-hander, 14 or less will be the out. 14 or less, it is not. It is a single and runner to third, unless they're a poor runner. We just talked about this. Hamilton is a good runner, so he makes it to third easily on the single. And Cincinnati has runners on the corners with no one out yet. Decision time, decision time. Runners at first and third. 9, 18, 19, 20. He's still got Joey Votto coming up, a lefty. So Lester will stay in against the lefty for sure. Max Cornelius, my friend, what's going on? Stratomatic Delaware, what's going on? Next time we have a strikeout, we're going to use Stratomatic Delaware's famous line, swinging up the Nietzsche's. Joey Votto, John Lester, top of the 5th. Runners at first and third. The 26th seed Cincinnati Reds putting up a fight. 41. 41 is a 24. 24 is going to be... I'm going to have to re-roll this because I did not determine whether they were going to play in or back. Nobody out. Runners at first and third. Defense is going to play back. Give up the run to get a double play. So let me re-roll because could come into play, and I don't want it to alter the results afterwards. So they could play in, try and get that runner, but Billy Hamilton is so fast. I think you play back. You don't want to give up a big inning. I mean, if you give up 1, that's one thing, but if you give up 4, that's a different story. So they will play back. All right, 51 is a 9, just as dangerous, a 9. And we're going to be testing John Lester versus a lefty. 44 or less, he'll get the out. 44 or less. It's a 66. They get the hit. That's a single over short. 1 run scores. The other one moves to second. And Billy Hamilton trots in on the single. Moving to second is Peraza. And Cincinnati takes a 3-0 hit, a lead with the Joey Votto hit. Still nobody out here in the 5th inning. Do you pull Lester? Good Lord. Your best pitcher? Do you pull Lester? A righty is up. He's not good versus righties. He's much better versus lefties. Let's see if there's any other lefties coming up. We got a righty, and then you have a lefty. But you can't wait 3 players. Runners at first and second. I think you're going to have to pull Lester. Yep. If you're a Cubs fan, sorry, but they're going to pull Lester. So he is the home pitcher, John Lester. He's still got no one out, so he actually only went 4 innings. Because there's nobody pitching, or nobody out yet in the 5th inning. So I do have... Let's see who we can bring in. We would need somebody that can get a couple innings under their belts, if possible. And somebody good against righties. I think we're going to be bringing in Brian Dusing. He's pretty good against righties, and eventually he'll get the lefties. Let's check out his Chicago Dunsing, he's only got a stamina of 4, but at least he can pull through an inning at least. All right, let's see. Brian Dunsing coming in. He's coming in the 5th inning. All right. So Brian Dunsing against Adam Duvall. Runners at first and second. Runners at first and second. No one out. The Cincinnati Reds trying to pull off this one and done 26th seed tournament. Up 3-0 and trying to add to it here in the 5th inning. Adam Duvall, 45. 45 is a 14. That might be a walk. Unless he's got a Z2 or Z4 against right-handers, he does not. So that will be a walk, and the bases are loaded for Cincinnati, and still no one out. Bases loaded, no one out. Eduardo Suarez with the triple earlier in the game. Bases are full now. .45, this could be the game. Oh no, that's another 14, and Z2 or Z4. Still no Z2 or Z4, so he's going to walk in a run. Another run comes in, and that's back-to-back walks. Not showing off very well, Brian Dunsing. Lefty is now up. And Joe Mann's seen enough. He's taking out Dunsing. His job was to come out and get these right-handers, and he did not do that, so he's out. And let's look up Carl Edwards Jr. He's got a stamina of 4 as well. Good Lord, does nobody pitch more than an inning anymore? So coming into pitch here now is going to be Carl Edwards Jr. He is also coming in the 5th inning. And Brian Dunsing did not help anything. Still bases juiced. That was a walk. Bases juiced for Carl Edwards Jr. .14 and bases full. 14. Yes, 14 is a 30. 30. We're going to be looking at the left fielder. So the left fielder is going to be Kyle Schwarber. He's a 41. But we're not looking at that. We're going to be looking at his range. He's got a range of 1. And we're also going to be looking at Kyle Edwards' strikeout range. He, against lefties, is a K7. K7 is not on there. So it's a fly out. 1 run scores. All other runs hold. It's a pop fly to left. So an F7. Coming in on the sacrifice fly is Joey Votto. All other runners hold. And they finally get their first out of the inning. Another run comes in, though, for Cincinnati. And now we have runners at second and third. No, I'm sorry, first and second now. First and second. First and second. I got to get that chart. Thank you. All right. So first and second, 1 away for Zach Kozar. That's a 56. 56 is a 34. Runners at first and second, 34. It's a line drive out to the third baseman unless he's got a strikeout of K6 to K9 versus righties. It is a K9. So that is going to be a strikeout instead. So second out is a strikeout of Kozar. And that brings up Tucker Barnhart, the 8th hitter this inning. Still runners at first and second. 13 is a 14, and that might be another walk. Does he have a Z2 or Z4 versus the lefty? He does not, so that is a walk. And bases juiced again. And guess who's up? The pitcher spot. Oh, brother. What do you do in this situation? You got the bases full, 2 away, and you have the pitcher coming up. Scott Feldman, he's got a 23. It's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. He's only faced 17 batters so far. He can go 6 more batters. Do you pull him and try to get a hit and get some more runs, or you just take what you got and keep your pitcher going? That is a tough one. Oh, so Tucker Barnhart is down, so we can get rid of, he walked. So bases juiced, the pitcher's up. I think because he's got only 14 or 17 batters, I think you let Feldman, I think you let him hit, and you just hope that you scored enough runs. If Feldman can get you another inning or two against his potent lineup, though, this might be a mistake, but it is the top of the 5th inning. The Cincinnati Reds are currently up 5-0. Scott Feldman is due up in this spot, the 9th spot. Feldman's can go 23 batters. He's only gone 17. So far, Feldman's only given up 1, 2, 3 hits and no walks to Chicago batters. Pitcher hits, says Robbie. Let him bat, says Stratomatic. I agree. I think that's the right call. Let Feldman come in and get you through, the 5th and the 6th if he can, and then make the change after that. He's been pitching well. You've scored 3 runs this inning. There's no sense. I mean, you never know. Maybe you'll get a hit. You never know. Let's see. Bases full. Ooh, 33 is a 32. That's going to be a flyout unless he gets a strikeout. So he bats lefty. So he's got a K7 versus the left-handers. That would be a strikeout. So he does strike out, but that is 9 batters up that inning. And you score 1, 2, 3 runs. You leave the bases loaded, but you do take a 5-0 lead. And the pitcher spot is due up, but we pulled the pitcher already, so we're going to have a pinch hitter coming in for Chicago. Pinch hitter will be coming in. Well, we got to get the right team. That would always help. Albert Almora is going to come in for Chicago to pinch hit in the bottom of the 5th. He's coming in to pinch hit in the 5th. Albert Almora. Scott Feldman, now, if he needs to just buckle it down, keep things under control, takes a deep breath. The 26th seed Cincinnati Reds on the verge. That is a 65. It just rolled off. 65. Let's find out if that matters. 65 is a 35. Oops. I just got one of these out of position. Hang on a second. All right, there we go. Back to bases empty. What are we doing? 65 is a 35. 35 is no W result, so that's going to be a pop out to first base, P3. So P3 out there for Almora, and he will be out of the game. Pitcher spot will stay there, though. Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber's 1 for 2. 55 is an 8. All right, so we're going to be testing the lefty versus, I'm sorry, the right-hander. I got to remember throwing is on the right-hand side. So the right-hander versus the left-hander, and versus lefties at only an 11, he'll get him. Otherwise, it'll be a hit. It's a single by Schwarber. And trying to give Chicago a little bit of life there. Chris Bryant, 1 for 2 with a single in the first. Oof, 61. We have a runner on first. 61 is a 39. 39. Out at first, runner to second, unless we have a pass ball of 3. Pass ball for Tucker Barnhart is a 2. Pass ball of 2. And Wilson Contreras is also a pass ball of 2. So it's not a pass ball situation. So instead, it's going to be a 5-3 put out. Runner moves to second. So moving to second on the 5-3 put out. That brings up Anthony Rizzo. Anthony Rizzo has been hit by a pitch in the first, and he's been hit by a pitch in the third. And I'm kind of liking that strategy. You just keep hitting him so he can't hit the ball, right? They are going to give him the intentional walk to first. They do not want Anthony Rizzo beating them. So it also sets up the double play now. So runners at first and second. Runners at first and second. Let's see if this comes back to haunt Cincinnati. Ben Zobrist. That's a 41. 41 is a 24. 24 double play. And just like the doctor ordered it, 24 double play. Runner forced out at second. Batter out at first. It is a 6-4-3 double play. And everything is going right for Cincinnati right now. Every call that managers made, thank you me, has been perfect on target. It is 5-0 Cincinnati. We're going the 6th inning. So Carl Edwards has got a 4. He's faced 4 batters, so he is done. So coming in to pitch in the 6th. Chicago trying to hold on by the skin of their chinny chin chin. You got a switch hitter, a righty, and a lefty. So it doesn't matter what you bring in. It would actually be better if you could find somebody that's good against both sides. Koji Urahara, although we'd like to keep him for the 7th inning, we are only in the 6th. We're only in the 6th. Hector Rondon, let's see what his Hector Rondon. He's only got a stamina of 4 as well, but I think he's good against both lefties and righties. So coming in to pitch in the 6th. Hector Rondon. And you know, actually, let me slide this up just slightly, pull everything up just slightly, and maybe over this way just slightly as well. You know, when you have this on the team that's supposed to win the game, that usually means they're in deep, deep doo-doo. And that's where they're at here in the top of the 6th. Deep, deep doo-doo. If they don't start doing something quick. Billy Hamilton, Hector Rondon comes in. Righty versus, he'll be righty, so Hamilton will be batting from the left. Uh-oh, that'll be a hit. 1-1 is a hit. What kind of hit is it? Billy Hamilton with the hit. 32. That's an 8. 8 with bases empty, I think, is a single over into left center field. Billy Hamilton having the game of his life. He is singled in the first, popped up to first base in the second, walked in the 5th, and now another single. Billy Hamilton been on 3 times. Holy cow, never see that. Jose Peraza, 56, runner at first. 56 is a 32. That's a pop fly to right, runner holds. So F9. So Peraza has not done well. Joey Votto, he is 1 for 3. 62 is a 14. He will walk unless Z2, Z1, Z2, Z4. So against the left-hander, he does not have any Z rating. So no Z rating. So that will be a walk. So Hamilton moves into scoring position, and another walk given up by Chicago pitching. The Boo Birds start raining down here at Wrigley Field. .46, and Adam Duvall right 3 unless we have runners at first and second. Let me just double check the chart. Runners at first and second. 13, unless he's got a K1, he does not, so that will be a strikeout. Adam Duvall. Eduardo Suarez. 1 for a triple, a pop up to third, and a walk. Oh no! Oh my goodness gracious! Eduardo Suarez. That one's headed out to right center field. It looks like it's going. It's up and trying to leap up and make the catch, and not able to do it. It is a 3-run home run. Eduardo Suarez, and the Reds dugout erupts as they have gone in front of the hometown 7 seed Chicago Cubs. They are now up 8-0 in Chicago, and what a turn of events this has turned out to be. No one gave Cincinnati a shot at all, and they are up 8-0 here in the top of the 6th inning. Scott Schwarber back to bases empty. Unbelievable. Scott Schwarber, 21 is a 32. And a 32 against the lefty. He's a K6. That will be a strikeout. So that is going to do it. But the damage is already done. That is 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors. And the Cincinnati Reds, the 26th seeded team, takes an 8-0 lead here at Chicago, bottom of 6th. And Feldman, let's see, 9, 18, 19, 20, 22. So he will actually be tired after this pitcher, but that does not mean he comes in. All that means is his ratings will go down by 1 for each batter. So we'll see how he does. We're going to leave him in as long as he thinks he can go. 65 is a 35. Bases empty, 35. No W result, so he is a right-hander. So that's going to be a pop-up to first. That's a P3. Jason Hayward. So he's actually, he's reached his limit. So for each batter after that, he goes down 1 point in each everything. So against lefties, instead of an 11, he'll be a 10, which there is no 10. So lefties will get an automatic hit, and against right-handers, he'll go down to 16. So we'll actually we'll keep track here on our little thing. So this is 1 rank down, and each batter will keep going down and down and down. So you don't want to leave him in very long. But as long as he's not giving up base runners, it's not going to matter. 44. That's an 8. Well, here it comes. So we're going to test the lefty, and we just talked about it. So that is an automatic hit. So Jason Hayward gets the auto hit. And against righties, he's got, this will be his second batter. So he'll be down to a 15 or less. And runner on first, 51. That's a 9. So here we go. Yep. So it's time to take him out because I think he's going to give up another hit. So we're going to test Feldman. So instead of a 21, he goes down 2 points. There is no 20, so it goes down to a 16. And it goes down to a 15. So now he needs a 15 or less. Can he get the out? No, he cannot. So that is going to be a single. Beats out the bouncer in front of the plate. Runner to second. So that is going to do it for Feldman. He has gone as far as he can take Cincinnati, and he leaves, and everyone in the dugout giving him high fives around the table. Well done for Scott Feldman. But now the damage has not been done yet, as there is runners at first and second, and only one out. So let's see. The pitcher spot will be due up in the third spot in the next inning. So we either make a double switch with Schwarber in right field, put the pitcher there. So Contreras, he's a righty, and then the pitcher spot is up. So a couple righties coming up. I think they're going to bring in Blake Wood. Very good against righties. Not good at all versus lefties, but pretty decent against righties. So Scott Feldman, he goes 5 1/3 innings. And coming in to pitch is going to be Blake Wood. Blake Wood. He's coming in the 6th inning. All right, runners at first and second now. Little bit of danger here if things start going badly. You know how we can unwind really quickly, but up 8-0. So Blake Wood's going to come in. Wilson Contreras, 35 is a 22. Uh-oh, what is a 22? And we're going to check the catcher again. Tucker Barnhart again. You need the 1-1 for him to get an error. It's no error, and he's got a range of 3, and that is going to be a double play. Catcher to shortstop to first baseman, unless the batter is a G batter, and Javier Baez is a G batter. So it's going to be a fielder choice, other runner to third. The go for the double play and almost get it, but Baez just beats it out on the fielder's choice. So fielder's choice out at second and moves to third. So runners at the corners now, but 2 away. More importantly, 2 away. Defense will play back. Actually, yes, I'm sorry. That should have been Baez's card, not Contreras' card. I must not have flipped over Contreras' card. We'll let the play stand, though. That's fine. I hate to redo it because it could end up a lot worse than that. They almost ended up a double. Actually, yeah, because it was Baez's up, he was beat out the run. Otherwise, it would have been a double play. So I'm giving Chicago a break here, believe it or not. Yes. Blake Wood, good question. What is his stamina? Cincinnati, Blake Wood, Cincinnati 5. And Hector Rondon for Chicago. Might as well do his while I'm here. He's got a 4. All right. So Baez beats it out, and that brings up the pitcher spot, which means they're going to be pinch hitting, right? So this is another Chicago player out. And we're going to need, well, yeah, because Rendon has faced, yeah, Rendon's done. He should have been out a long time ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He only went over 1 batter, so that's fine. So Chicago is going to need a pinch hitter. A pinch hitter for me. Do. He's going to come in, and because he's a switch hitter, that means he can go from the left side. It's going to be Ian Happ. So Ian Happ is coming in. And this is the 6th inning. Big opportunity for Ian Happ to get Cincinnati back in, or Chicago back into this. Runners at first and third. 2 away. Very important at bat. If Blake Wood can get him out, he's got no rating versus lefties. He'll be batting from the left. Oh my gosh, and Ian Happ has done it. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't get crazy yet. We need to find out our park factor because the park factor is coming into play. A park factor here for Chicago is a park factor of 3. That's a park factor of 3. Park factor of 3. And no things go bad when you runners at first and third. It's a home run to extreme left field. If this is a first column PRN 1 and the pitcher has a PHR of 3 versus lefties, he's only a 2. So it's going to be a home run. Ian Happ delivers, and a perfect example of my managerial skills. That is going to be a home run. A 3-run shot, and just like that, Chicago's back into it. Ian Happ comes in and delivers, and Ian Happ will go out. And I need, what happened to the pitcher card? I guess we'll use this pitcher card there. There we go. Somehow it got missing, but we'll figure it out. So Ian Happ, great call there by Madden bringing in Ian Happ, and they get the 3 runs back. So they draw blood, and it's not over yet. Kyle Schwarber, just when Cincinnati got excited, 33, Kyle Schwarber, that is a 6 double. Does the pitcher have a PHR of 0 against lefties? He does not. Otherwise, it would have been a home run. So it's a good thing. Kyle Schwarber with the double, and the crowd here at Wrigley has come alive here in the 6th inning. Chris Bryant is due up. Blake Wood trying to get through this 6th inning. Good Lord, Blake, what are you doing to me? Oh, no, that's a 7. That's a single to right with runners at second. Let's see, 7, single to right. Run scores unless he's a P runner. Then he only makes it to third. Kyle Schwarber is a normal runner. He will come in to score on the single, and that is 4 runs for Chicago. And that brings up Anthony Rizzo, who's been hit by a pitch, and intentionally walk. 2 away. Do you intentionally walk him again? Runner at first. Chicago's cut this lead in half. It was 8-0. Now it's 8-4. Bad inning for Cincinnati here in the 6th. Rizzo's a lefty. This guy stinks against lefties. Who's up next? Ben Zobrist. He would be a switch hitter. He will also bat left. I think you could. You got to go with it. We got to pitch him carefully, though. 26. That's a 43. That's going to do it probably. 43. Oh, no, it's not. Hit by pitch. Batter takes first. So that is 3 times he's been hit by the pitch. Okay, I can handle that. 3 times he's been hit by a pitch now. That brings up Zobrist, who's 0 for 3 in this situation. Hit by pitch, intentionally walked, and hit by pitch. Anthony Rizzo will not win this game for Chicago. One way or the other, he is not going to win this game. Let me straighten out my thing there. Sorry. All right, Ben Zobrist, big opportunity to make them pay. 41 is at 24. We have runners at first and second. Runners at first and second, 24. That's going to be a double play, but they don't need it. They only need the one out. They hit into a double play last time. 6-3, and that's going to do it. But they bat around and give 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and they cut deeply into that. Look, they batted around in that inning. Not good for Cincinnati. That brings up Zach Kozar, but we do need to bring in a new pitcher, and it's going to be Koji Urahara here in the 7th. And we've filled out the lineup here. We can't go much farther. Good Lord. He's coming to pitch the 7th. Koji Urahara. He'll be facing off against Zach Kozar. Yeah, Wood's done. He's reached his limit anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's done. And they're gonna have to bat for him anyway, so he'll be pulled for a pinch hitter here. Cincinnati so far has gone through 2 people, right? Here's Chicago's. They've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which team is in trouble? You know which team it is, right? All right, Zach Kozar versus Koji Urahara. 55 is a 7, and that's going to be danger, danger. Will Robinson, danger, single to right. So Zach Kozar on with the single, and Cincinnati just says, you know what? If you want to score, we'll score too. Tucker Barnhart, Koji Urahara, 14, and that is a 30. Runner at first, 30. Fly to left, runner holds. F7, and that brings up the pitcher spot, but we know Cincinnati's got something up their sleeve here. We know they've got something up their sleeve. Pitching is a right-hander, so bringing out a lefty would be very good, as a matter of fact, very good. Again, I'm looking for players that made sure they had a decent amount of play time in the season. I'm not looking for these players that have had like 5 at-bats or something. Jesse Winker is a stinker. Jesse, I love Jesse's girl. I wonder how many times he got that sung to him in high school. Jesse Winker, he's going to come in the 7th inning. And we're going to be pulling the plug here on Mr. Chop Down the Tree Woodman. All right. Jesse Winker, Koji Urahara, righty-lefty. Here we go. 16, runner at first, 16, 28. We're going to be checking the shortstop, and that's Addison Russell, 23 or less for the error. 23 or less. 23 exactly. So that is an error. Error on the second base, shortstop, sorry. Runner safe at second. So E6, and runners at first and second, no one out. I can go ahead and just remove his card for now. That brings up Billy Hamilton, runners at first and second, 1 away. We are in the top of the 7th inning. Whew. And I wish I had Jesse's girl. Billy Hamilton having the game of his life. 46. 46. We have runners at, what do we have? Runners at first and second now. Got to get that chart out. Runners at first and second. 46 is a 29. We're going to be checking the pitcher error. And Koji Urahara has a 0 pitch error range. So he will get the out. He's got a range of 2, so it's a double play. It's going to be a double play. Do they need a double play? They actually do need the double play. It's pitcher to short to first. So that is going to be a 1-6-3 double play to end it. And Koji Urahara gets Hamilton to ground into the double play. Oops. And down goes Cincinnati in the 7th. We are going to be stretching. Stretch time. Cincinnati and due up. Addison Russell, Jason Hayward, Wilson Contreras, a righty. Pitching in the 7th inning. Hmm. Hmm. All right, I think we're going to do. He pitched 76 innings. Pretty decent. Looks like he's got some pretty decent stats here. Raciel Iglesias. Raciel Iglesias. G-L-E-S-I-A-S. He's coming in to pitch the 7th. All right, Addison Russell, right-hander. And stretch time for everyone out there. Whew. In fact, I might even take me a quick break because we've been actually going over an hour. Whew. This game is intense, I'm telling you. Trying to manage both teams, keep everything fair and equal. Try to do the best job you can. You see how much more managing you do in the National League. When you got a National League game, the American League game is just like, oh, we'll just keep the 9 players in and just take the pitcher out every once in a while. That's not that difficult. Whew, this is a lot of work. Raciel Iglesias. That's since who's coming in. Yeah, I am a little bit hot in the collar. So I'm going to take a quick, like a 3 minute, give me something to drink real quick, and then I'll be back. So if you guys want to stick around, great. We'll be back shortly. Alrighty, I got to wet my whistle a little bit. Woo. Alright, here we go. Oh, and I left my glasses on the desk. Hang on a minute. Gotta reach. Gotta get them. Gotta get my glasses. Alright. So where are we? We're in the bottom of the 7th. Whew. Here we go. Addison Russell started off the 6th inning, popping up to first base. Back to bases empty, 34. That's a 31. That's a fly out to center field. So this time got under it a little bit. 1 out. We do need to find out Iglesias's stamina rating for Cincinnati. Stamina of 5. Good. At least you can try to get through at least an inning here. Jeez. All right, brings up Jason Hayward. 2 for 3 on the day, actually. Hayward not doing too bad. 16 is a 28. And against the lefty, he has a K5, not high enough, so it's a ground ball to short. Scooping that one up is going to be Zach Kozar, 6-3, 2 away in the 7th. Wilson Contreras, 44 is a hit, so Contreras is going to get a hit. What kind of hit is it? Oop, give me that dice back. It's a hit. 55 is a 1. That is going, and gone. Wilson Contreras brings them even closer with a 2-out home run. Brings up Xavier Baez. 15, and that is a 10. 10 is a single by Baez, and that brings up the pitcher spot. Koji should have been underlined there, so he's faces 4 anyway, so he's done. So they might as well bring someone in. They might as well bring someone off the bench. Somebody that had a bunch of at-bats. It's going to be Tommy Lascella. Tommy Lascella. He's coming in the 7th. Pinch hit opportunity. '64, we have a runner at first. 64. 13, he strikes out. Big strikeout there. And that is going to do it for the 7th. But 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error. And the 8-0 lead is just about evaporated. It is now 8-5 going into the 8th inning. Chicago does need to bring in a pitcher, though, for the 8th inning. Let's see. We have a righty, lefty, righty coming up. Righty, lefty, righty. Justin Grimm. Justin Grimm, it looks like, would be called out of the pen. I don't have too much left in the pen to be honest. Justin Grimm. He's coming in for the 8th. Let's check out Justin Grimm. What's his stamina of 5? All right. So he's going to be facing off against Jose Peraza for Cincinnati, still up 8-5 in the top of the 8th inning. Jose Peraza, 31. That is a 9. We're going to be testing Justin Grimm against the right-hander, 41 or less. He gets the out, so that will be a pop-up to second. P4 for the first out. Joey Votto. 13 is a 14. He will walk unless Z3 or Z4 versus lefties. He does not have it. That will be a walk by Joey Votto. And it brings up Adam Duvall. Can the Reds hold on? The 26th seed. 22, runner at first for Adam Duvall. 22 will be a hit. 22 is a hit. What kind of hit is it? Adam Duvall hit 31 home runs in the regular season. That is a 15. That is a 3 with the runner at first. That is a double to center. Runner scores. So a double by Adam Duvall. Runner comes all the way around to score. That is Joey Votto comes in to score, and Cincinnati gets a run back against Justin Grimm. And Eduardo Suarez, 12. And we have a runner at second now. 12 is a 25. 25, we're going to look at the second baseman. Second baseman is Baez. He's got a range of 1. It's a line out to second. So a line out to second, runner stays. P4. So 2 away. 1 run in for Cincinnati. Scott Schwarber. .55 is an 8. Runner in second. 8. He's a lefty, so 35 or less for the out. 35 or less, he does not get the out. That will be a single over second base. Runner moves to third. A G runner scores. Adam Duvall is a normal runner. There is 2 outs, though, so if there is 2 outs, the runner does score on the single. So single drives in the run. And another run for Cincinnati. Adam Duvall comes in. And a runner on first now with 2 away. Zach Kozar. Justin Grimm. 13 and a 14. Good Lord. You know it's going bad. Runners at first and second. Justin Grimm is actually going to be down 2 points, but he's going to try and get through this inning. Runners at first and second. They don't have much left to bring out. Cincinnati's used a bunch of players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players, plus the 9 they have on the field. Justin Grimm, 64 versus Kozar. 64 is a 13. He's going to strike him out. So that is going to be 2 runs on 2 hits. And just like that, Cincinnati takes 12, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 5 lead. So get 5 runs up with 2 to go. Can they hold on? Can the 26th seed hold on? Let's see. Iglesias came in, and he will have to be done. Cincinnati's going to have to bring someone in. And due up is going to be the pitcher spot next. So they're going to be making a double switch here. Whoa, double switch. This might take a second. Well, let's see. A lefty, then a righty, and then a lefty. So preferably somebody that's halfway decent against lefties would be nice. Looks like Wandy Peralta is coming in. Wandy Peralta for Cincinnati. He pitched 64 and more than 64 innings. He was 3-4 with a 3.76 ERA. So I don't quite recall Wandy, but he's coming in. Now we got to find which position. So we either take out Kozar or Barnhart. Who is the backup catcher is the good question, my friends. Let's look and see who the backup catcher is. It's going to be Devin Mazzaraco. So Mazzaraco is going to come in. Actually, Tucker Barnhart struck out, so it would be the pitcher spot up. He should be down here. We're going to be replacing Tucker Barnhart with Devin Mazzaraco is coming in the 9th spot. So he will be up next, and the pitcher spot will move down to the 8th spot. There we go. Double switch coming on. So Barnhart out for Cincinnati. So Devin Mazzaraco, Mesoraco, catcher coming in the 9th. And Barnhart out, and the pitcher spot will be in there. All right. So Wandy Peralta. Come on, focus. Come on, there you go. Wandy Peralta is coming in. Pitched 64.7 innings, 1-3, lost 4. No saves, 57 strikeouts, 1.19 whip, 3.78 ERA. It's going to be facing off against Kyle Schwarber here in the bottom of the 8th. 10-5 Cincinnati. The 7th-seeded Cubs on the verge of elimination here in the one-and-done tournament. No one saw this coming. 44. That is an 8. We're going to be testing Peralta right off the bat against a left-hander. 42 or less, so will be an out. That is an out. So that is going to be a pop fly to right. Got under it a little bit. F9 for Schwarber. Chris Bryant up. Chris Bryant. 22 is a hit. What kind of hit is it? 22-22. That is a 5 with bases empty. 5 is a double over first baseman. So a double by Chris Bryant. And that brings up Anthony Rizzo. And the manager for Cincinnati has done the right thing every time with Anthony Rizzo. Hit him in the 1st inning. Hit him in the 3rd inning. Intensely walked him in the 5th inning. Hit him again in the 6th inning. And they're going to intentionally walk him again in the 8th inning. They are not going to let Anthony Rizzo beat them. They're going to put runners at 1st and 2nd. And they are going to put the pressure on Ben Zobrist to do his job, which he's unable to do. Wandy Peralta versus Ben Zobrist. 2 on, 1 away. And that is a 12. That is a 25. And if I remember correctly, 25 is going to be a double play. Look at that. That is 3 perfect ones in a row. A 6-4-3 in the 5th. It would have been a 6-4-3 in the 6th inning. And now, once again, 25 double play. It's going to be a 4-6-3 double play this time. 4-6-3 to get out of the inning, and not letting Rizzo beat you has come back to really help Cincinnati in this game. And let's see, where was the pitcher came in to start this inning? Okay, so we go to the 9th. Justin Grimm has got to be done. He's only got a range of 5. He went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 batters, so he should have been out anyways. Chicago needs to find somebody to pitch the 9th and do up. Mazzaraco, Hamilton, Peraza, righty, switch hitter, and then a righty. So who can Cincinnati call, or who can Chicago call upon? They can bring in Wade Davis, but I mean, you know, it's not a save opportunity, obviously. But I mean, you've got nothing to save him for. You've got nothing to save him for. They're going to bring in Wade Davis. They might as well. If Cincinnati scores anything else, they know they're going to lose. So coming in to pitch the ninth, Wade Davis, there's no reason not to. If they have any hopes whatsoever, they've got to pull out all the stops. How's everyone doing in the chat? Anything interesting? I need to see you guys talking back and forth. It's pretty good. Haven't seen too many comments come my way, but that's all right. I know. Devin Mazzaraco on the manager double switch. Devin Mazzaraco coming in. 22, bases empty is a 7. That could be interesting. Bases empty 7 is a single. So Mazzaraco with the single to start things here in the ninth against Wade Davis. Billy Hamilton having the game of his life. All he needs is a home run. That would just be the icing on the cake. Billy Hamilton, 14. That is a 30 with a runner on first. That's not going to be a home run. It's a fly to left. He tried to give it a run. It just couldn't go far enough. One out. Jose Peraza, 33. That is a hit by Peraza. What kind of hit is it? He did have 5 home runs in the regular season. That is a 31, 6 explanation point. 6 star, I guess. So it's a double over first, runner to third. G runner scores. And on first is Mazzaraco. We need to look at his run rating. It is a poor runner, so he will not score. It's a double over first, 6 star, double over first, runner moves to third, G runner will score, and there is not 2 outs, or else he would score as well, but that is going to be a double. And moving to third, Devin Mazzaraco on the double. Giving up, Wade Davis comes in and gives up a single and a double so far. That shows you that things are not going well for Chicago. So we have runners at first and second and third now. First and third. Where's second and third? Second and third. Only 1 out, and Joey Votto's up. Does Chicago even... Do they walk the bases loaded intentionally to face off against Duvall? No, I think they're gonna play the corners. Well, let's see. Do they play in? They're gonna play in. They're gonna play in. They don't want to give up another run. Or do you intentionally walk Votto to face against Duvall? With bases loaded, go for the double play. He's a right-hander. Votto is a lefty. Wade Davis is good against both of them. We just haven't had a chance to show it off. All right, defense will play in. Try to cut that runner down at the plate. Devin Mazzaraco's on third. Peraza's on second. Joey Votto, and he gets a 36. That's a 42. 42, and that could be a hit by pitch. Is he a hit by pitch of 0? No, he's not. So it is a hit by pitch. So Joey Votto is hit by the pitch. And they're give Cincinnati back a little bit of what they've been doing. So he will not advance to third. That is just first, second, and third. So anyways, it will be bases loaded. Anyways, one way or the other, it's going to be bases loaded. Bases are juiced here. He plunked them. That was payback for what they've been doing to Rizzo. Punked him in the first, punked him in the third, punked him in the sixth, and then intentionally walked him in the fifth and eighth innings. They were not going to let Anthony Rizzo beat them. So Adam Duvall, bases loaded against Wade Davis. 34, bases juiced is a 31, bases full. We're going to look at the center fielder. That's Kyle, no, that's not Kyle Schwarber. That is center field. That should be Zobrist. Center field is going to be Zobrist. Let me just double check that. No, he only plays right and left. Hayward plays right. Schwarber plays left. Yeah, Schwarber plays left. I guess Hayward would actually have to be in center field. So actually, Hayward's in center. Zobrist is in right. Schwarber's in left. Let me get the lineup here. Schwarber in left. Yep. Zobrist is in right. And Hayward is going to be in center. Okay, so we're checking again. What we're checking the center fielder. It's not going to matter. It's going to be an out. It's either going to be a single out or a double play, but they only need. Actually, they do need a double play, so it's going to matter. Hayward in center field has got a range of 2. Okay, so on a range of 2. It's a fly out, runner out at home on a double play. So pop out to center field, then the center fielder throws it to the catcher. They get the run trying to tag up and keep the run off the board. So that is going to be an F8 to center field. And then out at the plate is going to be Jose Peraza. Thrown out by Jason Hayward. And that's going to do it. 2 hits. No runs, no errors, but Cincinnati doesn't care about that. What they care about is keeping a goose egg on the board here in the bottom of the 9th inning. All right. So Wandy, he's faced 1, 2, 3, 4. This has turned into a thing, hasn't it? All right, we don't need players. We need the just checking to see what they have available. Scooter Gurnett, he should be over here actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Peralta, we need to look at what his Peralta, Wandy, he only has a 4 rating, so he's going to have to come out one way or the other. So who is coming in to face off against righty, lefty, righty, righty, unless they pinch hit for someone? Looks like it's going to be Cody Reed coming in. No, not Cody Reed. He's only had 17 innings. Shackelford. Drew Storen. Drew Storen is going to come in for Cincinnati to try and close this out in the 9th. Can the 26th seed hold on? All right, so the righty, He's not good versus left-handers, but I don't know how many lefties Chicago has in their available. Let's look at their players they might have available. Righty, righty. A switch hitter. Put him aside. Right-hander, a switch hitter, a lefty, a righty, a lefty, 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 lefty. All right, so we got a few lefties actually. John Jay, Miguel Montero, Leonis Martin, Alex Avila. But do you take, let's see, you would have to have somebody playing shortstop. Not a lot of good choices for shortstop, so they're going to have to leave Addison Russell in. So Addison Russell versus Drew Storm. Man, this is a tough game. Managing both teams in the National League, it's not easy. Addison Russell, Drew Storm. 3 outs away, Cincinnati advancing. Addison Russell back to bases empty chart. That's a 55, and he's going to lead off, and right off the bat, we're going to be testing the pitcher against a right-hander. 21 or less, he'll get the out. All-important first out. Can they get 21 or less? No, they cannot. That'll be a single into left center field. And Chicago with life. Jason Hayward, he is a lefty. He will hit. Drew Storm, can he get through this for Cincinnati? 34. Oh, he just missed it. 33 would have been a hit. 34 is a 31. 31 is probably not good enough. Against the lefties at K4, it's not a strikeout. It's a pop-up to center. F8. 1 away. Wilson Contreras, catcher. They did have a backup catcher here, Miguel Montero. They're going to bring in Montero, who is a lefty. So Contreras out. Miguel Montero comes in the 9th inning. Miguel Montero, the lefty, versus Drew Storm. Can Storm get them? Double play ends it. Let's see, runner first. 61 is a 36. And that is going to be wild pitch. Runner moves to second, so not that bad. Montero gets another shot at it. Runner is now at second base. Wild pitch, a little pressure here for Drew Storm. The Cubs are chanting, "Let's go Cubs, let's go." 56 is a 13. Steve, right 3, swinging at the Nietzsche. As Stratomatic Delaware says, his line, not mine. And down goes Montero. Contreras is out. Oops, I put this guy in the wrong pile. Make sure I didn't do that with anybody else. Yes, I did. And yes, I did. Chicago, 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 Chicago. Yeah, that's a lot of Chicago players out. And their last hope for your Chicago Cubs, the 7th seed, last hope is Xavier Baez against Drew Storm. 2-away runner at second. 10-5 Cincinnati, the 26th team on the verge of making it to the second round. 43, that's a 29 runner at second. 29, we're going to be looking at the pitcher for an error. Drew Storm is an error of 0. He will make the out at first. 1-3 put out, and they're celebrating on the field. 1-3 put out, and that's going to do it. 1 hit, no runs, no errors. And the Cincinnati Reds pulled the upset. The 26th team, 2 runs in the first, 3 runs in the 5th, 3 runs in the 6th, 2 in the 8th. You add that all up, what do you get? You get 10 runs. Chicago, Nothing scored until the 6th inning. They scored 4 runs, 1 in the 7th. Add that up, you only get 5. 10-5 victory, and the 29 seed is moving on. Let's report this in. Chicago, where's my keyboard? 5. The Cincinnati Reds, 10. Submit that score, and there you go. The Cincinnati Reds are off to the second round. The 7th seed Chicago Cubs go home, just like the Los Angeles Angels, Mike Trout and company. They're home watching the tournament on TV. Our next game coming up, game number 5, will be the Colorado Rockies, the 9 seed, hosting the San Diego Padres, the 24 seed. And we just saw a big upset there in the South bracket. Can we start to get some more upsets in the North bracket? We'll find out next time. The winner will take on the New York Yankees in the second round. So looking forward to that. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for sticking with me here. Let's go Reds. Stratomatic Delaware. 1, 2, 3. Cincinnati gets the pin. Game over, says Rob. It is over, and that is going to do it for game number 4. So far, the biggest upset of the tournament goes to the Cincinnati Reds knocking off the 7th seed, but we're just started. That's only 4 games in. Thanks, everyone, for coming by. Robbie Wartburg, Rob, Explanation Point, Ken Castro, Stratomatic Delaware, and who else came by? Anyone? Not sure. Why is my thing all goofed up? Hopefully it shouldn't have. Let me reload my dashboard here. Make sure it didn't. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else made it out, but anyways, that's going to do it here for baseball. And appreciate everyone stopping out. It looks like the Cincinnati Reds, once again, the winners of the 2015 tournament, they will not go quietly into the night. They're going to make it to at least the second round this time. And funny enough, the Miami Marlins, if we look back at the other tournament, the Miami Marlins were also a low seed. They made it into the through into the third round. The Miami Marlins did in the 2015 tournament. And I can't remember if Cincinnati knocked off Miami or not, but I remember that. So there you go, guys. We will see you all next time. Thanks so much for coming by. Next time, Colorado Rockies hosting the San Diego Padres, the 9 and 24 seeds. See you guys then. Hope you all have a good time. Till I see you next time. Thanks.